You and Bart are going to be rolling around in the home.
Okay.
No, let's not get carried away.
Well, that's a great topic.
You're putting
That is
many years on me here.
Well, hold on, though. That's a great topic. You in a assisted living home, and you holding court, and you being pissed off at people. That's a great topic.
Bart's
What does
gonna have an
Bart
illegal
look like
pudding
at
racket.
86? What does an 86-year-old Bart look like in an assisted living home where he's in there holding court and telling people that he's going to run the place? He's going to run the place, and then he's going to maybe get thrown out. Do people get thrown out of a
Yes, they do. They do. There are many, and I'm one of them. You've been through this with your parents, and I went through it with both my parents. You see some of the most incredible things, some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. I mean, and all you can do is laugh when you get in that situation. And I suspect Bart will provide a few of those moments when the time comes, and I hope I do too.
I can see it. Can you see it, Bart?
No,
You can't.
not right now.
Come on.
Unfortunately for the no, it's way too far out for Bart. Bart did not think about that. Right?
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about you and dealing with people. And get out of my room.
Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to be invaded.
There will always
Well,
be
the good
another
part is you
Coach
can
House.
say those things at that age and completely get away with it. I mean, completely get away with it.
Can you imagine Bart having a podcast at 86 and completely saying
The
whatever
whole
he
world's
wants?
going to hell in a
the whole-
handbasket.
whatever he wants to say. Totally, kind of like the show, but you just another level.
Yeah.
Just on another level. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
No, I'll tell you exactly who they are to me. They are Clemson from a couple of generations ago. That's how I think about Arkansas. Massive, massive untapped potential. Independent of the conference they're in. Massive untapped potential. If it harnesses itself properly, you can overcome any of the hurdles. Like, there are a bunch of roadblocks at Arkansas that people think are stop signs, but they aren't really stop signs. You just got to harness it properly. People don't think it's possible until it's possible. So you got to get the right guy that makes people believe it's possible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I'm just going to tell you as we begin the program today that my heart's swelling right now. It really is with the mentorship that has been shown inside the room today. If you'll recall, about, a week or so ago, it was National Coffee Cake Day. Or, we were celebrating National Coffee Cake Day. I don't know if it actually was. But Riley stopped by and picked up some coffee cake and came in and, only bought for herself, is the bottom line. And Edward this morning, I don't know what happened, but Edward wakes up and he's like got a taste for coffee cake. A hankering, without a G, a hankering for some coffee cake. And so I walk in and there's coffee cake at every spot in the room. There's coffee cake at my spot, coffee cake at Bart's spot. And I don't know if it was like, a lesson to Riley or what, but there was one right at Riley's spot.
It was a dig. A
Yeah,
little dig.
that's the word I was looking for. Thank you for saying that, Riley. That's the way I kind of took it.
I go out of my way to buy coffee cake on my dime in the morning, and it's taken as a dig.
No, I mean it doesn't.
Unbelievable.
It doesn't affect me. I thought it was
Chuck's
great.
happy.
I'm very happy. I didn't waste any time. I scarfed mine down right away. But as I looked across the room and I saw the coffee cake at Riley's spot, I thought, is that a dig, or is that Edward showing how big his heart is?
A teachable moment.
A teachable moment. And I settled on dig. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I did kind of settle on dig. But by the same token, thank you for
You're
getting
welcome.
that today. And
You're
thank you for showing, showing young Riley how things are done.
That's right. It's a
Well,
good moment in the
you know,
internship program. Here.
Well, Riley, for those who don't know, is the latest to decide to catapult her career by being part of the Chuck and Bo show. So she's here in the morning. But thank you for bringing that in.
You're welcome.
It's very good. I think I've eaten mine, you've eaten yours. And
Yeah, I ate mine a long
yeah,
time
well,
ago.
I ate mine first thing as soon as I walked in, and Bart's still working.
I'm going to get
on
to
his.
it here in the first break.
Yeah.
Bart's nibbling.
Yeah. Well, it's Tuesday. We're glad you're here. It is May 12th. It is National Limerick Day. And that's always fun. That is always fun. And it's also
Chuck loves a good limerick.
It's also National Odometer Day. I mean, is this the best we got today? Really?
Yeah,
I mean, these are the two best days there are.
I'll double check.
Is this
Bart's
like a is this like a weekday for national days?
AI also added. Here's an addition: National Nutty Fudge Day.
Wow, that is a good one too. I like a little nuttiness with my fudge.
Yeah.
You know. That's it though.
Not a great.
Yeah,
not a standout day.
Not a good morning for national days. Well, we'll see what we can do with all that as we move through the show. We have a massive program planned for you today. Otis Kirk is going to join us at 7:30 this morning. Ryan Silverfield will be on the program at 8 o'clock, and then Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball will join us at 8:30. So it is action-packed, and we're glad you're here. I'll tell you why we're going to have Coach Silverfield on today is the All-In Roadshow is getting underway tonight. They're going to be in Fayetteville tonight, going to be in Little Rock tomorrow night, and then going to be in Jonesboro on Thursday night. That's the schedule for this week. And then Monday night, they're going to be down at the Star in Frisco. So that's how it's going to work. Now, this thing tonight is at the Ozark Music Hall. Is that what it's called now?
Yeah, formerly known as JJ's Live.
Formerly
known as JJ's Beer Garden and Brewery.
Yeah, on Steel Avenue.
Yes.
Over on Steel Avenue.
Over by Target.
Yeah, over by Target. And, and it's known now as the Ozark Music Hall.
That's correct.
And that's where they're having it tonight. So here's how it works. You can buy tickets. The program's from 6 to 7. Doors open at 5:30. There's going to be a meet and greet and all that stuff at 5:30. And I'll tell you how this is going to work. From 4:30 to 5:30, it's going to be a bunch of the baseball team that's going to be there. And they're going to be set up right outside the Ozark Music Hall. And they're going to be there for autographs and pictures and all that stuff. And that part's absolutely free. And I think tickets are like, $15, if I'm not mistaken. And so, Coach Silverfield is going to be there, and there's a lot of stuff going on inside too. But if you want to meet the baseball players, you can come early, and you can do that. And then the Spirit Squads are going to be there. I think there's going to be a pep band and all this stuff. And then Coach Silverfield will speak, and it'll all be finished by somewhere around 7 o'clock, somewhere around in there. So it's it's going to be fairly quick. Again, the players will be outside, the baseball players from 4:30 to 5:30. Doors to the event open at 5:30. It starts at 6. It'll be over by 7. And do it again tomorrow night in Little Rock and do it in Jonesboro too. So that's kind of the way it's going to work with Coach Silverfield. I'm anxious to hear him speak tonight. Anxious to have him on the program later today. Listen, I got to tell you, I don't know how many people are watching the NBA playoffs. I don't really know. In our neck of the woods, maybe not as many as there are in some areas. But I've been front and center. And if you went to bed last night and you were paying attention, Oklahoma City polished off the Lakers. That series is done. Oklahoma City's moving on. And Cleveland was a winner last night. and they've tied their series with Detroit at 2 games apiece. Am I getting all that right, Ed?
That is correct.
I feel like Ed was fact-checking me. Fact-checking me.
You're doing great.
When it comes to
You're doing great.
well, thank you.
I do pay
Thank
attention
you.
to the NBA
well,
as well.
I know you do. And my problem is, I go to bed so early, and I know
Yeah,
you
I do
too.
too.
And it's like you get up in the morning.
I check scores.
I check scores. That's right, and just kind of go over what happened.
Yep.
But I don't really know. Well, like really know.
Right.
Other than like so and so scored this many points, and I know you guys are looking at your betting line. I'm just looking at a genuine interest. But LA's done. I don't know if LeBron's done or not, but sounds like he might be. We're going to play a clip in just a bit from John Rothstein talking about Arkansas basketball. I've been paying attention to the NBA Combine as it starts this week. There's one thing that happened yesterday. I want to talk to Otis about this when we get to him at 7:30. There's one thing that happened yesterday that may or may not give us a sign on what Malik Thomas is going to do. Part of the NBA Combine is scrimmages. Now, they do other things too, but a lot of it is the scrimmages. And that's where I won't say you necessarily get all of your feedback, but from what I gather, it's where you get a good bit of it, maybe even the bulk of it. And Darius Acuff, for example, has opted not to take part in the scrimmages. By the way, they measured Acuff yesterday, 6'2" without his shoes and a 6'7" wingspan. Not as small as everybody's making him out to be. But at any rate, Acuff had opted not to take part in the scrimmages. And I think, completely understandable. Everybody knew, why would he do it? Malik Thomas has opted not to take part in those scrimmages as well. Now, my first thought was, well, he's coming back. But then you start reading about it a little bit and you realize, if you really pay attention to what happens at the Combine, is that a lot of the guys that opt out of the scrimmages stay in the draft. They are opting out because they've already decided what they're going to do. And the numbers that I saw, an overwhelming number, like 90% of the players who opt out of the scrimmages stay in the draft. Now, does that mean Malik Thomas is going to stay in the draft? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. But in the case with some others, they have, they've opted to stay in. So, again, we'll find out a little bit more about this, I think, when we talk to Otis later today. And clearly the situation is going to play out as we move through the week. But that's just something to make note of, I suspect, as the Combine gets underway. I sort of gather that Malik Thomas feels pretty good about being a first-round pick. That's just kind of my impression. From the outside looking in, I will readily admit that. My impression is that he's got a pretty good idea he's going to be drafted in the first round. And I'm sure there are factors to weigh in that regard. But I can't help but wonder how significant this development is going to look when we get to the end of the process, because it would be, I won't say the exception rather than the rule, for him to decide to come back to college. But again, the overwhelming majority of the guys who opt out of the scrimmages at the Combine stay in the draft. So you can take that for what it means. All right. We got a lot to get to today, and we're underway. It is 6:13. 877-377-6963. That's the number that'll get you into the program. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Just get it together, people. You obviously are completely incompetent. I'm so sick of the morons, man.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yuengling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com. Dale, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, my gosh. I'm finally on.
You're on.
I've been listening to you guys forever. You guys are awesome.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you?
Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, I mean, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Imagine raising your family somewhere safe, welcoming, and genuinely beautiful, where the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, and the weekends are spent on the golf course, the lake, or the trails. That's Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. Small town, big life. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today and get more info.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. I've learned so much just off the air today, listening to Bart and Edward and Riley. I'm really out of touch. I mean, I really am.
With what?
With everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know about you, but I've been wondering what Jay Billis thinks about the expanded NCAA basketball tournament.
Fortunately for the NCAA tournament is idiot-proof, so there's nothing they could do to screw up the tournament beyond repair. And really all that's being added are 8 teams into the play-in round, because to the overwhelming majority of fans, and myself included, the tournament doesn't start until the first Thursday of the 64-team bracket. This is about money. It adds inventory, it adds adds more games. I'll watch them. They're not, in my view, they're not tournament games. The tournament doesn't start until the first round on the first Thursday.
See, right there. Now, Jay Billis is the smartest guy in the room, and I appreciate the smartest guy in the room. That's why I love you, Bart. But he's exactly right on this one. Verbiage is what this one is all about. Bart, I know you love verbiage. But to me, if they start calling this collection of ball games on Tuesday and Wednesday the opening round, I think that's something that's going to stick with people. He's exactly right. The NBA calls it the play-in game. They ought to call it the play-in game in college. That's what it is. If they call this the opening round and take something away from Thursday, I think that's what people are going to come away talking about. People are going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm not outraged by it the way some are, but I do think he's right about that. I mean, the opening round is Thursday. Call them what they are. They're playing games.
Yeah, I mean, look, that matters. Like, it was the first four because it was the first four. They did that thing where for a couple of years, I don't know if you remember this, they called it the first round. They actually renamed.
Did they?
Yeah, they called it the first. They called the first four the first round. They called the first round the second round. They called the second round the third round.
Okay. Maybe I do remember that.
And it was just stupid. I mean, that's what it was. That's what we've come to expect from the NCAA is stupidity, just absolute mass stupidity. And that, look, that's what this whole thing is. Billis is right in terms of what he's saying about how they're referring to it. The first round of the tournament is on Thursday. That doesn't mean it's not stupid. That doesn't mean that this whole thing isn't ridiculous. Whether it's Jay Billis or whoever, there have been few other people sticking up for this decision. The coaches, for one, are not in that group. And it's not set up the right way. It's not set up to give more access to the NCAA tournament. It's set up to just slam a couple more mid or power conference teams that don't deserve to be there in there. That's what's happening, and that my mind will never change on that.
Well, you sound pretty steadfast on that.
Well, it's stupid, man. Like, it's just.
I got you.
Can we get some leadership?
Well, I mean,
here's the real problem with college athletics right now is that there is no leadership. There's nobody taking a stand. I mean, look, we can move on, but
I was just talking about whether I should call it play-in games or the first round. I mean, now
got me going.
I'll grant you, there's a lot wrong with the NCAA. I mean, I will.
Tony Petitti and Greg Sankey are not leaders. They're not doing what leaders do, and haven't been for a while. It's never been more painfully obvious. About what they're trying to do. They're just trying to, make the Big Ten and the SEC the greatest things in the world. And, well, whatever, man.
You need to spend more time with Claude. We were doing this during the break a while ago. We were having fun with Claude.
Yeah.
We were I thought that was funny the other day. And Edward, didn't we get really good reaction? I mean, didn't the social media folks go nuts over this?
Yeah, people had a lot to say.
Yeah, because Claude predicted Arkansas's football record.
Yes.
At 6-6.
That's right.
All right. It's National Limerick Day. Claude can be asked anything, right? I mean, you can get Claude to do anything. I'm asking you guys because I don't know.
Yes.
All right. National Limerick Day. I want a limerick about Bo. Bo's off on his honeymoon right now. Can we do a limerick about Bo?
Let's see. Can you write a limerick about Bo Mattingly, co-host of the Chuck and Bo Show?
Surely he knows who Bo Mattingly is.
I mean, you have to explain who he is to Claude.
Well,
he's Claude.
I mean,
he should know who Bo Mattingly.
I mean, come on, man.
Okay, well, we'll take that part out.
Yeah.
We'll see what it spits out here. Okay.
What does it say?
A host named Bo loved to chat. With Chuck, they'd chew on this and that. They'd banter and bicker. No topic was quicker to flee from where those two were at.
That's it?
Wow. That's what we got.
All right. We need to have fun with Claude, though. We need to ask Claude some more questions. I thought the question the other day was good. We need to come up with some questions.
I've got a question.
All right, what is it?
We should ask it. What we should ask Coach Silverfield later today.
What's that?
No, like what question should we ask Coach Silverfield?
I see.
Claude, if you were interviewing Coach Silverfield, what would you ask him? What would it be?
Yeah,
what does he want to know? What does he want to know about the new head hog?
Well,
Claude, what type of information would you like to compile?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys know more about this stuff than I do. How it all spits it out. Did you type that in? Did it come up with anything?
I can.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What? How you phrase these questions
that's exactly
is the
right.
most important
That's
part.
exactly right. That's exactly right. What do you want to know about Razorback football? From Ryan Silverfield.
If you were interviewing Ryan Silverfield, new head coach of the Arkansas Razorback football team.
It's awful wordy.
No, more is better with this one. With Mr. Claude here.
Well,
what would you ask him?
This is going nowhere.
Yeah, this is really good.
This is.
No, I mean, this is a good litmus test to see if AI will take our
This is
jobs.
going nowhere. No, I'm telling you, AI is not going to take our jobs.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we're going to be fine there. All right, back to business. We were talking about basketball a minute ago. Malik Thomas, John Rothstein said this about Arkansas basketball, John Calipari, when the subject of will Malik Thomas comes up, this is what he had to say.
Arkansas, a program led by John Calipari, isn't just surviving in the NIL transfer portal era. It is flourishing at a high level. The Razorbacks have the #1 recruiting class right now in 2026. The Razorbacks are coming off back-to-back appearances in the Sweet 16. And that's a credit to the head coach, John Calipari, who, again, has Arkansas right now in a much better position than the program he left in Lexington, and that's the University of Kentucky. And it's not just in a better position than Kentucky. Arkansas has a roster right now that a lot of the quote-unquote blue blood programs in the sport would take in a heartbeat.
Now, John Rothstein's always been bullish on Arkansas. He's been bullish on Cal. I think would probably be the most accurate way to put it. He has been for a number of years. But, you know, we all fan bases are like this. Sometimes you look for reasons to, worry. Well, we got to worry. This guy's not coming back, or that guy's not coming back, or we didn't sign the best 5 in America. The outside world looks at the Arkansas situation and wonders if there's anybody complaining what they're complaining about. You do have to compare it to what other teams have, and there's the thought that college basketball is going to be younger next year. May not be quite as much bully ball, I guess, if you want to use that term. I don't know if that's true or not. Obviously, we'll find out as the season goes on. But Bart, every person that I hear, nationally anyway, is looking at what's going on at Arkansas right now. And, I mean, as we said the other day, Lenardi's got him as a 2 seed now. I mean, and it's not to say, that's the end-all, be-all. But my point is these guys from the outside are looking in and saying this got a chance to be a Final Four team.
Yeah, I mean – I feel like maybe everybody underestimated Cal a little bit and the type of coach that he is and just how good he actually is because of the way Kentucky things kind of went there toward the end. And getting knocked out, getting upset in the NCAA tournament and, a few years there toward the end. People forgot that we're talking about a Hall of Fame coach who's one of the best to ever do it. And so I think people have been surprised almost. I'm talking about nationally. I'm not necessarily talking about Razorback fans or anything like that. Maybe some have been surprised by what Cal's been able to do in such a short amount of time. But I think people nationally have been surprised by what he's done so far at Arkansas, and they're starting to realize that, hey, this Cal guy's still got it. Like, he's still really good. He's still one of the best to do it. And, oh, by the way, he's bringing in the #1 recruiting class in the country, featuring some really, really talented guys who are going to be pro basketball players sooner rather than later. So when I look at Arkansas next season, yeah, they're going to be one of the best teams in the country. And I think that's going to be the prevailing opinion as we get closer and closer to the start of the season, regardless of how things go with Malik Thomas in the NBA draft, what Billy Richmond decides. Arkansas is in a great spot to contend for an SEC title, to contend for to make it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, to make it to the Final Four, and to win a national championship. Last I checked, I think Arkansas was 5th in terms of odds to win the national title next year. I'll double check that in a minute, but this is going to be a really good basketball team.
Well, and
I
also think too, and we're just going to have to get used to every year wondering, is a great player going to go to the NBA or is he going to come back? This was an annual deal for many, many years at Kentucky, and it's going to be an annual deal here. For at least for the foreseeable future, while Calipari's a basketball coach. So this is going to happen next year with somebody else, and it's probably going to happen the year after that and the year after that. There will certainly be players that it is obvious that they're going to go. But it's not as obvious as it once was with guys beyond the top 10, 15 players, maybe not even the top 15 anymore. It's not as obvious as it used to be because guys can make real money as collegians. And so you may see, in fact, we'll see guys from time to time who are projected to be late first-round picks decide to come back to college. I still think, though, the majority of those kids will end up going pro. I think the majority of them will. There will be some, though, that decide to come back. Hey, if you're dealing with roof damage or you just know it's time to replace that old one, Teamwork Roofing and Construction is the crew to call. They work on homes, businesses, even big commercial projects, and they do it the right way. Certified crews, top materials, no shortcuts. Malarkey shingles, McElroy metal, low slope systems. They've got all the bases covered. But here's the best part about them. They show up, they communicate, and they don't leave you hanging when the job's done. Now, that sounds simple, but anybody who's ever dealt with roof repair, roof work knows that it's not as simple as it sounds. Show up, communicate, don't leave you hanging when it's all said and done. Check out their Facebook page. You'll see the kind of quality we're talking about. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our bae. I mean, you call them wackos as well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're big hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For every million people, we've got 2 NFL players.
Yeah, that's really bad. Among the worst in the country.
It'd be something to speak at to an elementary class about. But do whatever you want. Hey, listen.
We've got, what, 310 million people in
You could be one of the 6.
310.
You want to be one of the 6? Get started today. Push-ups. Let's go.
That's about right.
Meanwhile, Mississippi, a state with a smaller population than Arkansas, has about 14 NFL players per million people. So dug into the numbers
Less
a little bit.
competition in Arkansas if you want to grow up an NFL player.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Arkansas produced 42 NFL players. In the 1980s, 44. In the 1990s, 33. In the 2000s, 32. In the 2010s, 27. And so far in this decade, which is more than half over, 12. That's the ball game right there.
Sports are part of a small town's identity, not just in Arkansas, but throughout the South, throughout our country. When you lose that, your town loses an identity, and over time you lose hope. And I realize I'm getting in some areas people don't like getting into, and I'll live with that. But I've just watched it, and it is a byproduct. And I'm going to tell you something Ryan Silverfield's doing that I like. I like the fact that he's signing in-state kids. I don't know if they're any better than the out-of-state kids. I have no idea. We'll find out when they get here. But I think it's important for high school football players in our state to feel like they can come play for the Razorbacks. I think that's important. I think it's important for towns to see that. It's part of their identity. It's part of who they are. And you never know when one of them is going to produce the next Traylon Burks or somebody like that, or Darren McFadden or someone. But you got to put yourself in a position to get those kids and to have them out there in the first place.
I appreciate you saying all that. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodle, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. Arthur is in Vermont. Hogs play tonight. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning. I'm owning the day, but I can't really say I'm happy about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We might need a little more breakfast. I don't know that little slice of coffee cake's going to get it done. We might have to have some...
that was the appetizer.
Something a little more solid, a little more stick to your ribs as we, we're going to get through the morning. The softball regional starts Friday, is that right?
Friday.
Bart?
Yes, sir.
When you're Bart and you're...
Shout out Bart, softball guy.
There we go. When you're Bart.
Yeah.
And you have a softball regional that begins on Friday. I know last year, I just remember all the just what a fever pitch you were at all week. I mean, you had to get the pony rides. I mean, everything. The balloon animals, getting all that set up for your tailgate was. We watched it take its toll on you during the week. So how's it going this year? I mean, what does a man like Bart have planned for Friday? And more accurately, are we invited?
Yes, absolutely. Look, it's going to be a fun weekend, right? I think Arkansas is set up really well in this regional. I think they got a great matchup. Fordham is a team that is not the team that Arkansas will play first on Friday at 4:30. They're not a team that has done well against the best competition. They're 0-4 against the top 50 RPI team, or I'm sorry, 3-1 against top 50 RPI teams. The only win came against Belmont, but they are 9-2 down the stretch of the season. In their last 11 games, they've averaged 7 runs a game. During that time, they'll present a challenge. And if you're Arkansas, what I want to see from the Razorbacks is them come out ready to take care of business. They did that last year in their regional opener against St. Louis. Peyton Burnham threw a no-hitter in that game. And I'm not sitting here calling for another no-hitter, but I do want to see Arkansas take care of business and put Fordham away pretty early and move on to play either Washington or South Florida.
They need to have you on the TV, Bart. I mean, they do. They really do. I mean, I watch these softball games, and
I saw
you know more about it than any of them.
I saw who was going to be on the broadcast team, and I was like, well, I'm not really familiar with them.
I think maybe you need to get
respectfully. I don't actually.
With all your respect.
No, seriously. I truly do not know who they are. That's no shot at them. I'm just not familiar with their work.
I think maybe
I'm sure they'll do great.
Work. I think that I think you ought to have a pass. I think you ought to be up there and provide them with some helpful tidbits. Have some notes, have things written out on notes. Play-by-play people love this.
Yeah.
When you hand them notes, unsolicited too. I mean, someone that just walks in and starts handing you notes. You can't read their writing and stuff, but they want you to read them live on the air. It's always fun when that happens.
Krista Blunk and Alicia Ocasio are on the call for the Fayetteville Regional.
Do they have do they have a dugout reporter? See, that's where I think you could really shine, Bart. No. I think you could shine in that.
Although this is the type of thing that really bothers me, and this happened last year, and I think the year before that as well. Arkansas's game against Fordham as the host team and the number 5 national seed is on ESPN Plus, streaming only. Washington and South Florida are on ESPNU.
So what do you think the deal with that is?
I think it's just stupidity. I mean, what do you want? No, I mean, look, I'm sure it has to do with timing and Arkansas playing the earlier game, and what else is going on at that time. But as I actually look at the schedule, I'm not sure what else is going on at that time. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
So Arkansas plays at 4:30.
Yeah.
Streaming only. And then when they're done, am I saying this right? When they're done, the other game comes on and the whole world will be watching.
Well, at least those of us who have ESPNU, yeah. This is actually really interesting as I'm looking at the schedule. None of these, only one of the regional opening round games on Friday is on ESPN or ESPN2. And that's Indiana and Virginia on ESPN2. That's really strange. I'm looking at this in real time, so I'm kind of processing what's going on
with you, Bart.
And I don't understand what's going on with the TV situation here. I feel like, I mean, what's going to be on ESPN? Like another episode of Stephen A. Smith yells at everybody?
Now,
like, I mean, what are we doing here?
If
let's get some sports on.
If Arkansas wins on Friday at 4:30 on ESPN Plus,
yeah,
they play Do they play Saturday? Is that how it works? And will that be on television?
Yes.
What's the situation
if
there?
Arkansas wins Friday, they will play Saturday at 2.
Okay.
They'll play Saturday at 2.
All right.
In a winner's bracket game. Okay. The losers of the first 2 games will play at Saturday at 1. The losers of the first 2 games will play Saturday at 3:30. And then there will be in an elimination game. And then there will be. This is really confusing.
Now, will you go all day?
The way
like Saturday, will you be there for the
I'm
first
telling you,
game and
everything
you'll stay all
ESPN
day?
has done with this has been confusing.
Well, forget that
The
for a
way-
minute. We're
yeah.
talking about you.
Yeah.
Will you go Saturday? Will you go? Will you be there from the first pitch to the last out of all the games? How many games will there be Saturday?
It's
2
certainly
or 3?
possible. There will be 3 games on
Okay.
Saturday.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're going to be there for every single one of them, probably.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you be?
Well,
no, probably take a break. Depending
like
on
go
how things
outside,
go.
you know, and
get some food, get something to eat.
yeah.
You know,
Do you take your grill, stuff like that?
No,
nothing like that.
Little Weber.
Yeah.
The little round Weber.
I just remember
Sits on the floor.
I just remember Bart at one point last year just yelling, "There will not be food. There will not be food. So don't come expecting to
Don't
eat.
come hungry.
Do not come hungry." Hey, Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, that's who you need to remember. That's who you need to contact. We've done it. Bo's done it. I've done it. Everybody that partners with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, either to buy or to sell a home, walks away thinking the same thing. They're prepared. They're professional. And this thing turned out to be a lot better than I thought it might go. That's everyone's experience with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Now, if you're looking for a home, they'll help you find it. If you're looking for a dream home, they'll help you find that. If you're looking to sell your home, they've got a list of folks that you can talk to right now. That's what happens when you're a real estate professional, when you deal with a real estate professional, someone that's been doing this since 1978, which is how long they've been turning houses into homes at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. And you can always log on to WeickerGriffin.com.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. When we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
Hey, it's Bo, and it seems like every day somebody else is asking me about the Sweatin' 'em Edge. It's real. It's a new me. It can be a new you. It's completely changed my energy level and my exercise gains. My mind's clearer. I sleep better. Life's just more enjoyable. If you get drained in the afternoon, or maybe you just can't shake that weight, do what I did. Take the Sweatin' 'em Edge. It's a free consultation. You get your results, and they'll give you a game plan. Just search the Sweatin' 'em Edge or log on to Sweatin'emCosmetic.com.
Razorback Athletics is set to bring the excitement of Arkansas football on the road with the All-In Roadshow featuring head coach Ryan Silverfield, presented by First Security Bank. This year's tour will provide a unique opportunity for fans to be part of the momentum surrounding Coach Silverfield's leadership, with stops in Fayetteville on May 12th, Little Rock on May 13th, Jonesboro on May 14th, and Frisco, Texas on May 18th. Details and tickets are available at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath. to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PascalProPath.org.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool, and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
There are a lot of stupid people in the world, man. I think you underestimate the number of stupid people out there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PascalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
There's nothing like a day at the ballpark.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Your favorite word, respectfully.
Yeah.
You suck.
Anytime, and I include myself in this, if the word respectfully or with all my respect comes out, somebody's
with all my respect.
Somebody's about to get it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All Bart's respect. Did you get to the bottom of the TV situation? Why it's not what the story is?
Yeah, ESPN has the PGA Championship on Thursday and Friday. So
that's stunning that they would want to show the PGA Championship over softball. That's stunning.
Understandable. That said, ESPN2 is just running reruns of SportsCenter throughout the day.
But that's inventory right there, man. You got to play those commercials.
Yeah, well, you've got commercials on live sports too.
Yeah.
And I think people would rather watch a live softball game than SportsCenter.
See, I don't know. It depends on where you are. Seriously, it depends.
I could do a whole.
I look at some of the numbers on ESPN and I'm amazed. It's like these people don't live the way I live. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying we live different lives. I don't watch that. But obviously a lot of people do. And they may not watch the things I watch. Yeah. In fact, there's a pretty good chance they don't. But there is value in those shows. ESPN wouldn't keep showing all those yell fests as sometimes they turn into. They wouldn't keep showing them if everybody wasn't watching.
Every once in a while, ESPN will do one of those like throwback sports centers where they have like Rich Eisen hosted or whatever, and it's just It's the way it used to be. And I was like, every time they do it, I'm like, yes, just do this. This is great. This would get me to watch SportsCenter again. This is what I want.
Well, they just did it in a loop back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
They started like, I don't know,
I know.
6 o'clock in the morning, just
Yeah.
run it all morning.
Yeah, it was
And,
great.
If you missed something at 18 minutes past the hour, you made a mental note, and at 18
See, I go to
minutes
bed-
past the next hour, you went right back and you watched.
I go to bed a lot earlier now because we do this show.
Yeah, I know.
And so there are things I miss in the world of sports. I would love to be able to flip on SportsCenter and catch up on everything I missed.
Yeah,
Just
that
like
would
the
be
old
nice.
days.
I mean, yes. That would be nice. to be
That's
able
what
to do
people
that.
want. Give people what they want.
Give them what they
I
want.
want Around the Horn back. That was my favorite.
See, that's a.
I loved Around.
I never liked Around the
Really?
Horn. Nah, I never liked Around the Horn.
Well-
I liked Pardon the Interruption.
I love
when
PTI.
Tony Kornheiser and Wilbon were really kind of
Yeah.
at their peak.
Yes.
They were cooking.
They're just throwing pay right now. They're just getting paid. I'm not saying I blame them, but they're just getting paid
Yeah.
right now.
Yes.
And but when they were really into it,
So
and it's
good.
been like 15, 20, 25 years ago, but when they were really into it, for me anyway, that was must-watch TV every afternoon. All right, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, Otis Kirk's going to be with us. Later in the show, we're going to talk to Ryan Silverfield, Aaron Fitt with D1 Baseball will join us in the 8 o'clock hour. It's all being brought to you in part by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Check out their great selection at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Hey, here's a Memorial Day sales offer you don't want to miss. Up to $14,000 off MSRP at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Save up to $14,000 when you buy a new 2026 Chevy Silverado. But don't wait. This offer's only good during the Memorial Day sales event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive. Log on to ChevroletofFayetteville.com for complete details. You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a show, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com. This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorback, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com BlakeGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Today's a big day. I just learned something I literally have wondered.
2 days in a row.
My entire life.
We've had some pretty big learnings here.
We get to the bottom of the questions that, people want answers to here on this show. And all my life I've wondered, why is it Hardee's one place and Carl's Jr. in another? What's the dividing line? I know some people have.
You're not alone.
I know some people ponder more weighty questions than that. But that's the sort of question I ponder. Why is it Hardee's in one spot and Carl's Jr. in another? Well, I, of course, said it out loud during the break, and our boy here, Bart, gets to the bottom of it. What's the story, Bart?
So excited.
I am.
That's awesome.
So, Carl's Jr. is the elder company. It was founded on the back end of a Carl's
on the back of a pickup.
A Carl's drive-in restaurant. That's why this is Carl's Jr.
Ah, well, that explains everything.
Yeah.
And
it's like the son of the drive-through restaurant.
Yeah, and so Carl's Jr. started. That was on the West Coast in California, and then Hardee's opened on the East Coast. In 1997, Carl's acquired Hardee's for a paltry $327 million. And there is a dividing line.
Well, why is there a Carl's Jr. in Tulsa?
Because Oklahoma is Carl's country.
That's what everybody wants to know.
Oklahoma's Carl's country. The dividing line is more of a diagonal across the United States. Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Kansas, down to Arkansas, Louisiana. That's Hardee's country, and east is Hardee's country.
Okay.
West of that is Carl's Jr. territory.
I'm not the only one who's won.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
That yell stuff, that yell leader stuff is the weirdest crap I've ever seen. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen another human do.
I'll tell you what's really weird, too, is
Maybe
watching
I'm
them practice. They practice before the games outside the stadium.
If that was happening out front of Circle K this morning at 5:40 or whatever when you're coming in here and you saw that happen, you would call the authorities.
Every time I see it, I expect people to start drinking Kool-Aid and just falling out. I mean, it is nuts.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It is National Odometer Day and National Limerick Day as we begin the 7 o'clock hour. This is really a dry day in terms of national days. I think from now on, when somebody gets married and runs off on a honeymoon, We got to make sure they do it at a time where we got better national days. I mean, that's how you kick off the hour. And all I got is, hey, it's National Odometer Day.
What's your odometer at?
Text
us your odometer.
Hey, we did that last year. We got a lot of texts.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's right.
We got
I
a
remember
lot
that.
of texts on
It
National.
is National
Update us.
Odometer Day.
Send us your
Update
car,
us.
make, model,
Where
and
is
how many
your
miles is on it.
what does your odometer
If you,
say
if
this
you have the
morning?
most miles on your vehicle, we will give you
What do we give them?
Probably-
shout out.
Sleeve
A
of golf
shout out,
balls? Can we
yeah.
give them a sleeve of golf balls?
I can't promise that. I can promise a
I
shout
got a couple
out.
in my car.
I can
got
promise a
sleeve-
shout out.
all
A
right.
couple of golf balls from Chuck's
Well,
car.
a couple. I mean, I'm saying I got a couple of sleeves of Chuck and Bo Show
okay.
golf balls in my truck.
Perfect.
And no, I mean, you got to have a picture. You got to have something there.
Yeah, send in a picture.
National
Yeah,
Odometer Day.
it's got to be a picture. You can't just like text in.
Look, we've got 2 texts.
what it's at
instantly.
because we can't verify that.
Yeah, we've got 2 texts.
I mean,
with
I
the
trust
photos.
you, but somebody else might not.
Well, times are so good around the Chuck and
Riley
Bo
doesn't
Show
trust
that
you.
there are new cars all over the lot. I mean, it looks like a college basketball team out there in the parking lot.
Don't look
right
at my
now.
car out there.
But
Have you seen the side
so
of
mine, I mean, it's barely 5 figures. How many sugars got now?
it's
what's
over
your car? About a year old? 2 years old?
No, it's 2021.
20. Wow. Okay. How many miles?
80, 85.
Yeah, okay.
Don't look at that. Have you seen the side of my car? out
I have
there
not.
before?
I have. I've been meaning to ask you.
What
about
happened?
that.
Oh man, it's beat up.
Yeah.
The whole siding of the car is like missing, like
Really?
like on the bottom under the doors. It's come off.
What'd you run over?
I didn't run over
Yeah.
anything.
What did Hannah run
my
over?
beautiful bride,
Yeah.
Hannah, was texting me back one day
Texting and driving.
in
That'll get you.
the Hawaiian Bros drive-through while she was exiting off
Yeah.
of Sunset Avenue, and there's a giant rock right near the curb
Man, you can hear
when
the
you
scrape.
exit around the corner. And she just popped right up on the curb, and it just drug the plastic off. So she gets home and alerts me to what has happened. And I said, "Okay, did you get the sides? Well, she left the sides at the drive.
Oh, wow.
So I had to
Didn't
drive
even get
back
the right
out
order.
once the child was asleep, and
Yeah.
I rescued the giant plastic siding pieces of the car from the drive-through. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the story.
Well, I had noticed.
Take a look when
But
you
as
go
soon
out
as
there.
we get off the air today, I'm going to walk down there and take a look.
Bart's vehicle usually shields mine in the
Well,
cove there, but if
yeah.
you just glance around the corner on the passenger side, it's a sight for.
Have you
a
gotten to
sight see.
10,000 miles on your car yet, Bart?
Yes, I'm over 10,000.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, you're a traveler.
but-
I
but
mean, you
I've-
move up and down the road.
But that's in a year.
Yeah.
It's we're well, I mean, we basically are at a year. Yeah, because this is car tags month for me, so
Yeah.
I get to go through that whole process of assessing and
I did that last
paying
month.
and
I did that
all
last
that personal property tax nonsense
Yeah.
that happens in our state.
I mean, the texts are flooding in.
Oh, I can see them. I
Images.
can.
I mean,
yes.
it's like a constant flow.
Well, I mean, that's that sleeve of Chuck and Bo Show golf balls. I mean, don't kid yourself.
We've got several over 300,000.
Yeah. I think the most I ever drove a car of mine back in my youth was maybe like 220, something like that. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I see. When I came to college, now I'm going to sound like your granddad telling stories right here.
I walked both ways. Uphill.
Yeah,
in the snow.
barefoot. No, it was even worse than that. I drove my dad's old. Now, this you guys are gonna laugh, but it's 1976 Impala. It was a sled. I mean, it was a sled. It's like 25 feet long.
I'm looking up a picture.
Weighed
of this.
2 tons. I mean, weighed 2 tons.
You're
Oh,
describing it
yeah,
accurately.
yeah. I mean, it was an absolute total sled. In my mind.
Oh my gosh.
In my mind.
I can see you driving
no,
this
listen
today,
to me.
Chuck.
Listen to me. In my mind, I'd convince myself, if I will burn this engine out, like not change the oil, if I will burn this engine out, my dad will have no choice but to buy me this Jeep that I really wanted. That's how you think when you're 18.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I just burn this engine out, well, let me just tell you something. I didn't change the oil. I didn't put any oil in that car. I think it ran without oil for 5 years. It smoked and stunk every time I turned the engine on. I could not burn that engine out to save my life. I swear to God, I could not burn that engine out to save my life. And I tried. I got it up to 220. I think I went 50,000 miles without changing the oil. Seriously. And it just would not burn out. They made cars.
It won't die.
They made cars different back then.
That's a good testimony.
They made them different back then. Yeah. And by the way, this was a Chevy. This was a Chevy. But they made cars different back then, and I was just convinced that was going to be the end game.
Look
if
at
I
this.
just burned that.
That's Chuck.
I
You
know.
need one of those for now.
It was
like
light
right
blue.
now.
It was light blue. It was light blue.
That's
And,
an outstanding looking vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, here you go. That one's that might be light blue right there.
It might be.
Yeah.
Oh, they were huge, and I mean they weighed at least a ton. All right, seriously, they were massive automobiles. You could get 7, 8, 9 people in there. And
oh yeah, look at this.
I mean, it was a classic
What
road
a
trip. I know,
machine.
as you can imagine.
There it is, right there, light blue.
Yeah. Yes.
What a machine.
As you can imagine, a college guy in a car like that, you can just imagine what my social life was like.
Yeah.
Just, I mean,
rocking and rolling. How could it not be?
Well, so that's we've come a long way from just mentioning it was National Odometer Day, but that's the automobile right there that I did get up to. I think around 220,000 miles on the odometer.
We do have an early leader on the text line.
Yeah, what does it say?
2013 F-150 has 387,000 miles on it. Casey from CrossIt.
I wonder how many. I wonder if it's still in its first engine. Seriously,
I have no idea.
I wonder if there's been some rebuilding or something like that involved. That's
Let us know, Casey.
My first vehicle was a hand-me-down from my dad, and it was a Dodge Dynasty.
Ooh.
Champagne colored.
Man. You were a ladies' man.
Champagne colored. It was,
Look at that.
That
yeah.
was big.
1990. I think it was a 91 or 92. I think it was a 92 Dodge Dynasty.
Now, what would you think,
Maybe
Riley,
93?
if you were to encounter? I mean, I know you don't have Dodge Dynasties now, but some similar dork mobile that someone might drive.
Come on now.
It is.
Come on
it is.
now.
Hey, I drove a
Come on
76
now.
Impala. Nothing's more dorky than that. I'm honest enough to admit it. But I mean, when Bart talks about that, don't you wish, like, man, I wish I'd been around when Bart was a younger, I mean, driving a car like that.
It's a beautiful automobile.
yeah.
They're, yeah.
I don't know, man. This 76 Impala is pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool. I love an Impala.
They just don't make it like this.
No, they don't. They don't. Well, and you can, again, just picture it, it's world weary. It's college kids been driving it. I think I acquired that my senior year of high school, if I remember right, and drove it again for like 2 or 3 years, certain that if I just burned that engine out, that a new Jeep would be in the driveway the next morning, and just never really worked out. Never really worked out exactly the way I had planned. All right, coming up at the bottom of the hour, Otis Kirk's going to join us. Otis is a big Lakers fan. I got beat last night, so he's going to come too, and we're going to talk a little probably about that. And what's going on with Malik Thomas right now? What's going on with the Razorback football program right now? Malik Thomas is at the NBA Combine. There was a development that was reported on yesterday that may or may not give us a sign about what he's going to do. He opted not to take part, according to what we read, he's opted not to take part in the scrimmages at the NBA Combine. That is seen by some as a sign he's not coming back, that when you don't take part in the scrimmages at the Combine, that you've already made up your mind about what you're going to do. And I guess over the years, I was not aware of this, but over the years, the overwhelming majority of those who opt out of the scrimmages stay in the draft. They don't go back to college. So what it all means, I don't know. Maybe Otis has got a thought on that. We'll get into that with him a little bit later. Ryan Silverfield's going to join us at 8 o'clock. They're starting the All-In Roadshows tonight. There's going to be one in Fayetteville tonight, Little Rock tomorrow night, Jonesboro Thursday night, and then down in Frisco in Texas on Monday night. So the way it's going to work tonight, this is going to be at the Ozark Music Hall. over on Steel Avenue, Steel Boulevard, what were all the names of the places that it was before? It was like JJ's Live.
It was JJ Live previously, and then before that, it was JBGB, which I believe stood for JJ's Beer Garden and Brewery.
Okay. Well, now it's called the Ozark Music Hall.
Yes, it is.
And that's where they're having this event tonight. And from 4:30 to 5:30, right outside front there, apparently, they're going to be a bunch of the Razorback baseball players will be there. They'll have autographs, and you can pose for, or they'll pose for pictures. I don't know that you're going to want to pose for one, but they will pose for a picture with you, is what I'm trying to say. And autographs and things like that. They're going to do that from 4:30 to 5:30. That is absolutely free. We'll go inside about 5:30. Doors open then. Program starts at 6. Should be over somewhere around 7. Coach Silverfield will speak. So that'll be going on tonight as well. All right, 877-377-6963. That's the number that'll get you into the program. 7:13. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drinking.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise, world-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
He's Chuck Barrett. He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you?
Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Imagine raising your family somewhere safe, welcoming, and genuinely beautiful, where the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, and the weekends are spent on the golf course, the lake, or the trails. That's Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand-new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. Small town, big life. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today and get more info.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is no doubt the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, Otis Kirk coming up at the bottom of the hour. We've been talking during the break here. Seth from Rogers texted in that maybe, we were talking about the All-In Roadshow tonight, where you're going to have free autographs outside. Maybe the guy that tried to sell that Vahiva Alloy bobblehead to Edward for $200, maybe he'll be there tonight trying to scam free autographs, and you can go confront him about that.
I would guarantee that person is going to be there doing just that.
How's your search for that Vahiva Alloy bobblehead going?
Well, it was unsuccessful with the $200 seller. They did not entertain my messages, and they sold the bobblehead. So another one popped up on Facebook Marketplace last night, so I messaged them. They had it listed for $150 each. I'm saying, okay, so they got more than one. They have 3 of them. They're trying to sell them all. They're not even keeping one to display like this other person. They just showed up to the game and said, I'm going to make $450.
So whatever, however many they got, they're selling them all.
They're desperate for money.
They're selling them all.
They're desperate for money.
And did you point that out to him? You sound desperate for money.
Yes.
Did you really?
No.
Did you have a sharp exchange with him?
Not as sharp as the other one, but I did say, like, I'm interested, not at $150. What's your best price? Couldn't get there on time. The toddler was napping. We wanted to let him sleep, so we showed up in the middle of the first inning.
Yeah, see, for those who don't know, a little bit of background on this.
Yes.
Edward goes to the ball game. Was it Saturday? Saturday. It's Vahiva Alloy bobblehead giveaway day.
Yes.
So Edward goes with the family. He's got his wife there, his lovely bride, his son. They're out in the car. Bennett decides to throw a fit. Would that be right?
No. So he was napping at home, so we left the house late.
I got you.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought there was a situation in the car.
We left the game because Bennett was not happy.
I got you.
Later in the game.
I got you.
However,
I got my stories mixed up.
Getting there was an issue, getting there on time, which is fine because everyone was having a restful afternoon. But 2 o'clock, first pitch comes very fast, especially when gates open at 12:30.
Yeah, they're giving away
all the people with young children out there know that's like prime nap time. So we're not going to disturb him. He gets up, we go to the ballpark as soon as we can. Obviously, no bobbleheads left. So I'm searching for a bobblehead on Facebook Marketplace.
You got a crying kid? Or
willing to purchase, but not for $200. And so all these
what
people
would be
on,
your
on
price?
Marketplace,
What would be your top price? 50?
40, $50.
$50?
That seems more than reasonable for a bobblehead to me, but I guess not.
Let's see if we can get him one for 25.
So if anybody out there has an extra bobblehead that they're willing to sell or even give away out of the goodness of their heart, I am interested.
Don't ask for too
I am
much.
interested. Hey, just let the message be. You never know. I am interested, and I am a willing buyer.
Well, you just think about this. Edward, he's got his kid, he's got his wife, who's with child, by the way.
That's right.
So, he's got a lot of things going on.
The expenses are adding up.
Yeah, baby needs a new pair of shoes. And
baby needs a Vahiva Alloy.
That's right.
Alloy,
needs a Vahiva Alloy bobblehead doll. It's crying, going nuts. You can imagine what their house is like right now without that doll. Edward's faith in humanity's been crushed. He's trying to do the right thing. If there was a race for Young Father of the Year, Edward would be in the hunt. He would be. And
I appreciate it.
Well, you would be. And so you're trying to get your kid a bobblehead doll. You can't pull it off. You think, well, I'll go online. I'm even willing to fork over a little bit of cash. $200. $200. I think there's somebody out there.
There's not.
And I think we need to guilt them into it.
Yes.
I seriously. I mean, are you kidding me?
It's an outcry.
How is Edward supposed to raise one child with another on the way when his faith in humanity has been crushed? I mean, that's not good for any of us.
I'm just disappointed.
It's not. He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed in these quote unquote hog fans just trying to make a buck off another hog fan.
All it takes is one, though.
We're
to
already
restore
getting
your faith.
squeezed for everything in college athletics.
I mean,
Let's
he's a young
squeeze a little
father.
more.
He's a young father, and all he's trying to do is keep his kids happy.
That's right.
And so they're going for like $200 online.
I
huh?
guess so.
Wow.
I guess so.
That's
I guess
incredible.
I guess they're more.
You
popular.
can't control the free market. I mean,
No,
really,
I know.
You
I
can't
understand
control
that.
the free
I understand
market.
that. That doesn't mean I can't think it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I'm sort of with you there. So maybe it'll happen.
I will say I did get the Hawaiian vinyl record. We put it on yesterday, and my son loved it.
Yeah,
he loved it.
So this is a collection of various Hawaiian tunes. Is
Yes, that's right.
And so,
Yes, that's a great way to put
they
it.
gave it away.
Yeah,
your son likes it.
Yeah, he
And
likes music.
He'd like it a lot more with the Vahiva Lloyd bobblehead doll.
That's right.
What can we trade him? Maybe 2 sleeves of Chuck and Bo
couple
show?
sleeves, yeah.
Couple of sleeves of golf balls.
I will personally sign a sleeve of
Wow.
golf balls.
Holy cow.
If that sweetens the deal.
Yeah.
That's a one-of-one Chuck and Bo
How
show
can it not
collectible
sweeten
right
the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Bart will sign it.
So we've got
why not?
we've got a sleeve of golf balls committed to the person with the highest odometer reading.
Yeah, we need to check in on that.
Yeah, and I mean you got to send a picture, and it can't just be like, "Hey, I've driven my truck 500,000 miles." It's National Odometer Day, by the way. That's why we're doing this. And so we got a sleeve of golf balls we got to give away for that, and then we got 2 sleeves of golf balls we got to trade for a Vahiva Lloyd bobblehead.
I will say somebody has
That's going to wipe me out.
Somebody has just texted in and said that they have several extra Eric Musselman bobbleheads if that will suffice free of charge.
Well, I mean
that is very generous.
Yeah, that I mean,
I'll
hey,
leave it at that.
How old's Bennett?
It's a nice bobblehead.
How old's Bennett?
We've
Bennett
got one
will
right
be
there.
2 in 2 weeks.
So Bennett's really not going to know that. You could tell him that this is, you could say it's a Vahiva Lloyd doll. You could put a little
That's
tape.
right, yeah.
You could put some tape on the bottom of Coach Mudd
Yeah.
there at the bottom of his bobblehead and pass it off. I think I might consider that. I think I might
That's a
consider
good idea.
that.
Thank you for your generosity.
All right, we're going to talk to Otis Kirk when we come back. I want to talk about First Security Bank, though, first. First Security Bank, and this is one of the reasons that I do enjoy talking about them. We talk about them all the time. They're pulling for Arkansas. They're only in Arkansas. They're rooting for Arkansas people. When Arkansas people start businesses, they want them to succeed. When you're buying a home, they want to be there helping you. They want to celebrate with you. And that's what they do at First Security Bank, whether it is starting a business or buying a home or any of the other things any of the other services that they provide. They are only in Arkansas, and they are for Arkansans, and you can check them out at fsbank.com. Otis Kirk when we come back on the Chuck and Bo Show.
See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're big hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For every million people, we've got 2 NFL players.
Yeah, that's really bad. Among the worst in the country.
It'd be something to speak at to an elementary class about doing whatever you want. Hey, listen.
We've got, what, 310 million people in
You could be
Arkansas?
one of the 6.
310.
You want to be one of the 6? Get started today. Push-ups. Let's go.
That's about right.
Meanwhile, Mississippi, a state with a smaller population than Arkansas, has about 14 NFL players per million people. So dug into the numbers
Less
a little bit.
competition in Arkansas if you want to grow up an NFL player.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Arkansas produced 42 NFL players. In the 1980s, 44. In the 1990s, 33. In the 2000s, 32. In the 2010s, 27. And so far in this decade, which is more than half over, 12. That's the ball game right there.
Sports are part of a small town's identity, not just in Arkansas, but throughout the South, throughout our country. When you lose that, your town loses an identity, and over time you lose hope. And I realize I'm getting in some areas people don't like getting into, and I'll live with that. But I've just watched it, and it is a byproduct. And I'm going to tell you something Ryan Silverfield's doing that I like. I like the fact that he's signing in-state kids. I don't know if they're any better than the out-of-state kids. I have no idea. We'll find out when they get here. But I think it's important for high school football players in our state to feel like they can come play for the Razorbacks. I think that's important. I think it's important for towns to see that. It's part of their identity. It's part of who they are. And you never know when one of them is going to produce the next Traylon Burks or somebody like that, or Darren McFadden or someone. But you got to put yourself in a position to get those kids and to have them out there in the first place.
I appreciate you saying all that. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodle, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I have to admit, I had no idea that this Vahiva Alloy bobblehead doll was as popular as it is. It's on auction right now. There's actually a live auction.
There is a live auction
right
on
now.
eBay.
As we speak, there's a live auction on eBay for a Vahiva Alloy bobblehead doll. And what's the bidding at right now, Edward?
Let's see. It's at $152.50. It's received 14 bids, and there is 1 day and 11 hours left on the bid with 130 viewers.
I want somebody with a Vahiva Alloy bobblehead doll to search their heart and ask themselves if $200, if that's too high a price to pay for a man like Edward to be able to take home a bobblehead doll to his crying child. And are you kidding me? I mean, holy cow.
How about this?
Kids screaming and yelling at home. They can't get a minute's peace.
I know.
And
All
people
he
are
wants
out
is
there
an Allure
selling
bobblehead.
bobblehead dolls for $200. What kind of a world do we live in?
In this economy, man.
In this economy.
In this economy. The legendary Otis Kirk joins us on the line right now. Otis, first, welcome to the program. Otis, we were talking about National Odometer Day a little bit earlier. My first car, my first car was a 1976 Impala that I think finally was like put in the graveyard with 220,000 miles. Do you remember the first ride you drove?
Yeah, well, the first ride I drove was a 1960 something Chevy Impala.
Boy, I bet
My dad loved those things. He loved them. What was the one with
they were
I think it was
Dad's
1960. Yeah, 1960. I believe it had the big old fins on the back, wings, fins, whatever you call that on the back, Chuck. I mean, I think it was a 60, but maybe not. My first car that I owned, well, I got it for graduation, was a 65 Mustang. So, and I have no idea how many miles it had on it, but it was actually pretty good. Huh?
You were one of the cool kids.
Yeah, after I got my own car, before that, I drove those Impalas that were boats, man. I mean, those things were boats.
Weighed 1,000 pounds?
Yeah, my dad loved those things, man. I mean, he finally went to a truck, but before that, all he ever owned was Impalas, man. I mean, just one Impala after all of them. I mean, I think nearly every year, well, not every year, but he owned a bunch of them. Yeah, I mean, and
well, that was
God,
the official car of being a dad. I mean, it really was. A Chevy Impala was the official car of being a dad back in the 70s. Otis, I thought about you last night. I went to bed early. I did not see the end of the Oklahoma City-LA game. But I know you're a Lakers man. They just played a better team. I mean, sometimes you just play somebody's better than you are.
Well, the only thing I said going into the series, I hope they don't get swept, but I'm afraid they may. And so they did. And so nothing surprised me, Chuck. They actually played pretty well last night. They lost by 5 points. They had a chance to win that game. So, I mean, that's more than I could say about the other three games. But and it was kind of good because yesterday a lot of people were saying they'd lose, but national guys were saying they'd lose by 40 in the season to be over. And I never thought this team would quit. I never did. There's not a quit in on my – they were playing without Luka. And I get that Oklahoma City didn't have J-Rod, but they were – man, Oklahoma City is a much deeper and much more talented team than the Lakers and most teams in the NBA for that matter, but particularly the Lakers. And them missing J-Rod did not hurt them like the Lakers missing Luka. No, I'm not saying that the Lakers had Luka, they would have won that. I don't think they wouldn't have, but it would have made somewhat of a difference, I think. But, I mean, Oklahoma City's a better team, period, with or without Luka. They're just a better team. They're deep, and that's what I strive for the Lakers to be one day, is to be deep like that, because I don't think you can load up at the top with three players and like you used to, and then have vet minimum players the rest of the roster. Oklahoma City's shown that doesn't work, and I mean, they've shown that there's a better model anyway. I'm not going to say it won't work, but they've shown there's a better model out there.
Hey, before we move on to the current Razorbacks, a couple of former Razorbacks with the Lakers, Nick Smith and Adu Thero. Kind of give. I mean, I know you follow the Lakers religiously, so I can ask you, and you'll know. What do you think their futures are with that franchise?
Dude's got a big one if he can just stay healthy. That's been his problem, Chuck. He was injured when they drafted him. He didn't get to go play summer league last year. He didn't get to play preseason. He was absent when the season started. So that set him back tremendously. But if he can stay healthy, and he the other night in game 3 he played 13 minutes and led the team with 8 rebounds. He's athletic as heck. Now he's raw in some aspects of it, especially offensively, but he's got a great future. Nick, I love Nick Smith. I do, but I don't know. I mean, he's an undersized guard. I think they'll bring him back next year. He's got a $2.5 million team option, and I think they will bring him back. I mean, the thing about him is he can give you an instant offense off the bench. He can line it up for 20, or he can miss 3 shots or 4 shots in a row, but he can also light you up for about 20, and that's hard to find, especially $2.5 million. So I look for both those kids to be, or both those guys to be back on the Lakers next year, and at least I'm hoping. I do will be, unless there's just some unforeseen trade that they want somebody and they have to include him to get him. So, I mean, other than that, you can't say that won't happen. It could, but I know they're not out shopping Adu Thero. They want to keep him. If something happens and they have to trade him to get a player that they do want, then that would happen. But otherwise, I expect him to be on the Lakers. The key with him, just staying healthy, Chuck. That's been his biggest issue so far. He missed so much time, and it got him behind. But the other night, 8 rebounds in 13 minutes showed what he could do.
What are you hearing about Malik Thomas?
Man, that's the one that's really, I mean, he was, I think, 6'3.5" or something like that yesterday. He wasn't 6, that was barefoot, of course, so that made him about 6'4.5". I believe it was 6'3.5", wasn't it 6'3.25". I still think it's about 50-50. I mean, the combine, how he does its combine may determine that, Chuck. I mean, if he has a good combine, I don't think he's back. If he doesn't, if he has a rough combine, then I think he's probably back. But it's close to call on him. I've said all along I thought Billy Richmond would come back, but boy, the more I hear from him, he's moving up on some boards. But there again, it's going to depend on the combine with Billy. But I think Billy would really benefit by coming back and playing another year and improving his three-point shot. That would make him a more complete player. Malik, I don't know how much honestly, I don't know how much coming back another year. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much coming back another year for Malik's going to help his stock. I mean,
right.
He had a great freshman season. He showed he can shoot the three. He's adequate on defense. I mean, compared to a lot of players, and I don't know if he's going to get any bigger. So, I mean, I don't know that how much it would benefit. Billy, I think, would benefit tremendously by coming back next year. But I mean, they both got decisions to make, and I've seen Billy. There's a couple. Well, there was one the other day forecasting 25 to the Lakers. I don't think that will happen, but it could. And I've seen Malik as high as 17th, or I believe, or 18th it was. He was 17th or 18th in a mock draft the other day, Chuck. And there's all kinds. There's some of them got those two in the second round. Some got Malik 29 and 30 in the draft. So it's 30's the first round. So I've seen there's a lot of varying opinions, but Billy's rated a little bit higher than I thought he would, because probably the last time I talked to you, or maybe the time before that, he wasn't even in the top 100 list with ESPN, Bleacher Report, and those guys. He wasn't even in the top 100, and now he's being forecast way up there. So it has changed for him. That's why I guess I'd say there's some momentum with Billy Richmond Jr.
All right, switch over to football for a minute. Spring practice, obviously, in the books. Ryan Silverfield's going to tour the state for the next few days.
Yeah.
What's happening on the football front? I know that's an open-ended, general question right there, but I turn to you for that.
Yeah, no, it's getting ready to get big and heavy, because not this weekend, but the next weekend will be 4 straight weekends of hosting official visitors. That'd be 4 weekends in a row hosting official visitors. That's huge, Chuck. That's where you get a lot of commitments. You get to bring kids on campus, and you get to keep them more than a day or so. You get to keep them for, I think it's like 2.5 days or something like that. They come in Friday night and they leave Sunday, whatever that amounts to. So that's huge. And then also the football camps in June. I don't know that those are big. If you're not getting looked at and you're young and you're not getting the attention you think you deserve, or maybe you play in a place, you grew up in Clarksville, I grew up in Mena, Chuck. I mean, that's not recruiting hotbeds, you know what I'm saying? So it pays to go to a camp like this to get noticed. So I don't know. I mean, it's more sophisticated than it used to be. Now they'll find you wherever you're at. But I still think it's good. But I don't know the camps produce recruits as much as they used to. I mean, they found Darren McFadden at a camp. I mean, I was there that night, and he ran a 4.3. Just fastest. He was going to the ninth or 10th grade. I don't remember exactly which, but he ran the fastest 40 time of all the campers there. And that's how I went up to him and I said, Darren, can I talk to you? And he said, why do you want to talk to me? I'm just a freshman. I said, because you just outran every kid at this camp, man. And so, of course, the rest was history with Darren McFadden. But I don't know if you find kids like that at camps now. I think you know about them before they get here. I guess that's what I'm saying. But it's still a big time for football. I mean, 4 weekends of official visitors, the summer workouts, obviously, and they'll get more into that here. I'm sure Ryan gave them some time off for exams and maybe go home for a little bit, but they'll get into the summer workouts. Those are huge. And then, of course, the camps. So football's getting ready to really rock and roll about next weekend. That's when it's going to really pick up. They've been on the road recruiting. The coaches have been out seeing kids and extending offers to younger kids and stuff. So it never ends. But I think they're doing a good job. I really like Ryan. I think he's doing a heck of a job. I mean, obviously his record's going, and I don't know the record will tell the full story this fall. I don't expect him to go 10-2 or 12-0, but I expect to see a lot of improvement next year. And what that amounts to record-wise, I don't know. It's a brutal schedule, but I would say four may be the floor for wins, and 7 or 8 the ceiling. Wow. And that's going to take a lot of good things happening for that to happen. And I'm not predicting it to happen. I'm just saying that's what I see right now. I'm seeing maybe. I know a lot of people saying 2-10, 1-11. I don't see that. I think they'll win. I think they're going to win at least 4 games, I believe. And the thing about it is, if you win some of those games, it was not necessarily those games you got chances to, I guess, early on. If you win some of those, then the record, has a chance to get better. If you lose some of those games, then anything can happen. But they've got to feel good about the quarterback going into the season. If they do that, that will help a lot. I think they do, but they're still. Till they do it, KJ and AJ, till one of them does it on the field or both of them, there's going to be a question mark there, Chuck, and I think that's fair.
Otis, do you know anyone with a Vahiva Alloy bobblehead doll? We're trying to get one for Edward. He's trying to avoid having to pay $200 or $300 for one on eBay. Have you heard anything?
I do not, and I knew that was going to happen because I'm one of those geeks when they have those Lakers giveaways.
I know you are.
Out there, Chuck.
I know you are.
Somebody said, why do they get those things? I said, because suckers like me are waiting for them on eBay to get them. I spent a ton of money on eBay on that crap. I'd like to have one of those myself, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure.
Well, Edward's
man, I knew that. I knew they would go on eBay, though. I just know some people, not a lot of people keep them, but I knew somebody would put them on there, and it's, and they're going to get a prize.
Well, we're willing to trade 2 sleeves of Chuck and Bo Show golf balls signed by Edward in exchange for a Vahiva Alloy bobblehead doll, and you don't even have to have a signature on the doll. I mean, we'll just take it as is. And so I know you're well connected. You know a lot of people on the internet. So, ask them if, they've heard of anybody with a Vahiva Alloy doll.
I sure will. I know a lot of people were excited about getting those. I don't know who all got them, but I know they were excited. I'd love to have one myself, but, hey, I mean.
Well, if they got 2, we'll try to set you up too. But if you hear of anyone,
I will.
Edward's looking.
Yeah.
Right.
I hinted the other day on Facebook I'd sure like to have one of those, and somebody said, well, come and get in line. And I said, well, they don't give them to media members. I don't think so. But anyway,
you got a ticket.
But yeah, it'd be great. But those are neat, man. He had 3 home runs. What was it, 2 days ago, Chuck?
He did.
I mean,
on the day they gave his bobblehead away, he had 3 home runs in the minor leagues. How about that?
That's good. Oh, he's a stud, man. I mean, I loved him as a player. There wasn't much not love about him, but I thought he was a great player at Arkansas, and I knew he'd be great. I was surprised they started picking him apart. He dropped a little bit further in the draft than I thought he should have, but whatever. He seems like he got a decent situation for him, and it sure didn't affect his play on the field because he's tearing it up right now.
Otis, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I wish we had more time. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Chuck, for asking. Appreciate you, man. See you later.
The legendary Otis Kirk. Thoughts on everything. Otis has thoughts on everything. That's what makes him good. All right, 877-377-6963, 747 already. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Don't be talking down to people, Bart.
I ain't going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, here's a Memorial Day sales offer you don't want to miss. Up to $14,000 off MSRP at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Save up to $14,000 when you buy a new 2026 Chevy Silverado. But don't wait. This offer's only good during the Memorial Day sales event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive. Log on to ChevroletofFayetteville.com for complete details.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork's COO, Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. When we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There's nothing like a day at the pump.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. And members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee. And for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Well, that's all I wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at pascalpropath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
There's nothing like a day at the pump.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck and I have been doing radio our entire lives. We've been doing shows like this our entire lives. But I feel like we've been having these same conversations for 30 years, Chuck. And it is basically, how do we win at football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, we've got Edward off fetching breakfast this morning. We're going for 2 breakfasts this morning. Edward early today, and we mentioned this at the start of the program, brought in some coffee cake. If you'll recall, a couple of weeks back, Riley came in and brought herself coffee cake, but didn't really bring anybody else anything. And so
tough scene.
Yeah, yes, it was. Edward woke up this morning craving coffee cake and sensing also a teachable moment. He stops by the establishment, buys everybody coffee cake. And like I walked in this morning in my spot here, coffee cake. Look over there, your spot, coffee cake.
Coffee cake.
Riley's spot, where like 2 weeks ago, there was coffee cake. There was no coffee cake at anybody else's spot, but there was a Riley spot. Today, Edward had coffee cake at Riley's spot. And it was obviously a dig. You know, I first looked at it, and I thought, it was really good of Edward to, teachable moment right here. But Riley comes in, and Riley's like recognized right away, didn't you, Riley, that he was taking a shot at you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And have you eaten the coffee cake? Have you eaten your coffee cake
I
yet?
did eat it.
All right.
Out of spite.
Did you order a second breakfast? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you order a second breakfast?
I did.
We're
I
doubling
mean,
up on the
it.
pastries around here this morning. It's a big day. I mean, it really is.
The head football coach is
We're
on the show at the top of the hour.
kolaches and doubled up on the pastries today. Hey, ProLand Title's the one that makes all this possible, and we should thank them. In fact, every bite that we enjoy during the commercial break is courtesy of ProLand Title. Hey, these people are Arkansas natives. They live and work right here in the communities we serve. They have over 45 offices in Arkansas. They're independently owned. And they have the ability to say yes to transactions that other companies might not be able to. And this is because of ProLand Title's relationships with a huge range of national underwriters. You can log on, find out more about them, ProLandTitle.com, and we appreciate them being the sponsors of our breakfast fund here at the Chuck and Bo Show. We are a long way from being finished today. Ryan Silverfield is going to join us in mere moments. Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball, bottom of the 8 o'clock hour, 7:55. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
Hey, it's Bo, and it seems like every day somebody else is asking me about the Sweat'em Edge. It's real. It's a new me. It can be a new you. It's completely changed my energy level and my exercise gains. My mind's clearer. I sleep better. Life's just more enjoyable. If you get drained in the afternoon, or maybe you just can't shake that weight, do what I did. Take the Sweat'em Edge. It's a free consultation. You get your results, and they'll give you a game plan. Just search the Sweat'em Edge or log on to Sweat'emCosmetic.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You and Bart are going to be rolling around in the home.
Okay.
No, let's not get carried away.
Well, that's a great topic.
You're putting
That is a
years on me here.
Well, hold on, though. That's a great topic. You in a assisted living home, and you holding court, and you being pissed off at people. That's a great topic.
Bart's
What does
gonna have an
Bart
illegal
look like
pudding
at
racket,
86? What does an 86-year-old Bart look like in an assisted living home where he's in there holding court and telling people he's going to run the place? He's going to run the place. And then, he's going to maybe get thrown out. Do people get thrown out of assisted living?
They do.
place?
They do. There are many, and I'm one of them, you've been through this with your parents. And I went through it with both my parents. You see some of the most incredible things, some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. And all you can do is laugh when you get in that situation. And I suspect Bart will provide a few of those moments when the time comes, and I hope I do too.
I can see it. Can you see it, Bart?
No, not right now.
Come on. That's way too far out for Bart. Bart did not think about that.
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about, you and dealing with people. And get out of my room.
Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to be invaded.
There will always be
the good part is you can say those things at that age and completely get away with it. I mean, completely get away with it.
Can you imagine Bart having a podcast at 86 and completely saying whatever
the whole
he
world's
wants?
going to hell in a handbasket.
Whatever he wants to say. Totally, kind of like the show, but you just another level.
Yeah.
Just on another level. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I would argue that sometimes a Big Mac is like, that's gourmet, man. I'll take it.
When you're hungry, it's not bad.
If you made me pick a meal, like, hey, you could have anything. Like, if I was dying tomorrow, if I'm going to the, electric chair, I'm probably going to have a Big Mac.
No.
Are you
serious? Not a chance.
Tell me something that's better.
You don't go to the electric chair every day. You just don't. It calls for a Big Mac. Really.
Chuck and Bo Roadshow.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
The All-In Roadshow, featuring Razorback head coach Ryan Silverfield, is coming to Arkansas this week. It begins in Fayetteville tonight. It's going to be in Little Rock. It's going to be in Jonesboro, Frisco, Texas on Monday night. The Razorbacks on the road, head ball coach on the road. And Ryan Silverfield joins us on the line as we begin our 8 o'clock hour this morning. Coach, first, welcome. Looking forward to seeing you tonight, and I just wonder what you're thinking as you prepare to hit the road and meet some Razorback fans.
Yeah, good morning, and thrilled to do it. I think it's a great thing to be able to get around and to meet some of our wonderful fans. Obviously, the first 5 months I've had the opportunity to shake some hands, but this will give us an opportunity to meet some more of our great fans and kind of just talk about our program. It's an exciting time to get out, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
What do you, when people come up to you, and I'm sure they give you that open-ended question, hey, how's your football team doing right now? What's going on with your football team right now? Spring practice went well. What are these months, and then looking into the summer, what do they include for your football team?
Yeah, Chuck, I think the biggest thing is, right, everybody says, well, how we look, how'd spring go? I think the biggest thing is I think we got better every day, and that's not just coach speak. I think it's, the guys are learning how we're doing things, how it needs to look, what every day should look like, not only from a schematics, but and everything, right? From an academic standpoint to an effort standpoint to how we lift weights to eat. So it's been great. I think we took a lot of major strides so far this off season. The guys finished up exams mostly last week, a few weeks off, and before we know it, they'll be in the summer strength and conditioning program. So as it continues to warm up, get the guys out in the heat, get them running a little bit, get them moving around, and then we'll transition into some OTAs. The position coaches are on the road recruiting for spring football and doing a great job identifying guys that are future Razorbacks, and recruiting's going well with official visits coming up. So it's moving and shaking a lot of directions, but all positive.
We as fans focus on what happens on the field, and in terms of spring practice, for example, we focus on the part that we saw. When you talk about the strength and conditioning program, I want to bring that up from a couple of standpoints. One, you've got a lot of new faces, a lot of new guys on your team. Seems like the weight room is where a lot of team bonding really takes place. And it also seems to be a spot where confidence really grows. As you get stronger, you get more confident. And I just wonder what the relationship to what's going to happen over the next 2 or 3 months off the field may have to what we see when the fall rolls around in September.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. There's a direct correlation. I think what's going to look like, whether you want to call it a 9-week summer period, right? That so much work has to be done from a strength and conditioning standpoint. We've got the best staff in the country, love what they do. They're phenomenal. So they're going to push the guys. They're going to get them training. They're going to get them bigger, faster, and stronger. But you're exactly right. So much of that is that camaraderie, right? There's nothing like getting out there, at 6 a.m. on a Friday morning and pushing a wooden sled, with a 300-pound strength coach on it.
That'll bring you together.
I think absolutely better than any kumbaya or bowling event ever could. So I think that's all part of it. Just getting our guys around each other. Practices are what they are. Meetings are what they are. And they're great, but there's something to be said for those summer conditioning programs, the summer strength programs. So guys are around each other. They're in the squat racks. But listen, that what we're doing these next few months is going to have a direct correlation to our success on Saturdays. And I believe this gives us a chance to make some headway, right? I believe in our system and the process we have with that in the weight room and in the conditioning. We've seen it before at previous stops. So we're excited for our guys to jump into it and continue to take steps in the right direction and get better.
Well, you mentioned there the previous stops. Obviously, this is not the first job you've had. When you come in and when you're trying to set your course, I wonder about, do you call upon the early days at Memphis? Do you call upon your times as an assistant coach? Living a football life, has all that prepared you? Is there a blueprint, or does something still have to be done by feel?
Yeah, I think you have a plan. You have a blueprint. You have, hey, this is what we want this thing to look like, a calendar, a step-by-step deal. But ultimately, right, every job has its own unique circumstances. And there's things about this Arkansas job that were unique. There's some challenges, some opportunities, all the different things. But we're excited to take them head on. And, like I always say, every year we have yet to have the same calendar from an NCAA standpoint, back-to-back years since I've been a head coach, now going to year 7, which is so unique, right? You can sit here and say, hey, this is what we normally do. Oh, wait, now the transfer portal dates have changed. This is how we do it. Oh, wait, the time you can go on the road recruiting has changed. So you just got to stay ahead of the curve. And with each thing, right, each day you wake up and you may have a plan, but you got to adjust, adapt, and overcome. And those that can stay ahead of the train are going to continue to have success in this deal.
It's a lot of new people on the staff. I'm not just talking about your coaches, just the football staff in general. Talk a little bit about them, if you would, the role they've played, because they've had a lot to do in a short amount of time as well.
Yeah, listen, I think everybody just points to the 20 coaches they know, but there's so much support staff, right? We talked about the strength coaches earlier. You think about a guy like Kyle Parkinson, who's been here for a long time, who's been so important, and everything I've been trying to do on a day-to-day, and our program has, right? Like him and I spend more time together than probably me and any of the coordinators. And then you think about the recruiting staff, right? The general manager, his staff, and what they're doing. Academics, met with them in athletic training. So all these people, they have an important role in spring, but it's nonstop, right? We've got to be on it. And so not only the coaches trying to get everybody on the same page there, then everybody else. And it's an alignment within our program. And it's going well, but it's a day-to-day as you build culture within it. The support staff is just as important.
I know you recruited Arkansas at your previous stop, but you're walking into these schools now with a Razorback logo on. What's the reception been like among the in-state schools? And I'm talking about the coaches, the principals, the guys that meet you at the door. What's the reception been like among those people?
They are. I mean, you can see that grin coming from when that car's parked, and our assistant coaches are getting nothing but positive feedback. Even when you jump on a call with a high school coach in the state or a text message, they return the calls a lot quicker and the text messages come back. So I think people are excited. You talk to these high school coaches. Credit to our staff and everybody else of reaching out, recruiting the heck out of this area. I think if you want to call it last year's signing class, this past one that was just a few short months ago, kept a lot of kids in state. And I think we're getting the support, and I think a lot of people are excited for the brand of football we're going to be playing, the way we're going to do things, and the fact that we care so much about recruiting the state. And I think you're getting to hear that. You hear it from the principals like, hey, I'm an Arkansas alum, class 88. I'd love nothing more than Johnny to come play for you. Mm-hmm. And or I love what you're doing. I watched this, podcast, and this is going to be a great fit for him. And so that's what you want to hear. And so people are really excited throughout the state.
Last question. Coming out of spring football, I've heard coaches coming out of spring football, it's like, man, we got a lot of work to do before next fall. I've heard others say, I can't wait for next fall to begin, as though they're ready. I mean, they're ready to play a game right then. How do you balance that? Where's your balance? Coming out of spring, going into summer, knowing what lies ahead in the fall?
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of excitement. We are very excited for the fall. But I think, like any coach would tell you, there's still a lot of work to be done. I think, especially, listen, whether it's year 1, year 10, there's work to be done in the off season, especially, as the new day and age of college football. So we're anxiously excited about the start of the season. But, yeah, looking forward to getting the guys back and getting them in the weight room. And kind of the more we can put our hands on them, I think the better off we'll all be. So there's that excitement. We did some good things in the spring. But, man, let's keep chipping away at this thing. When they ask us to kick the ball off in the fall, we'll be ready, and we're damn excited.
Well, Coach, I know a lot of people are excited about meeting you, which they'll have a chance to do tonight in Fayetteville, tomorrow night in Little Rock, Thursday in Jonesboro, and Monday down in Frisco. So time to hit the road. Coach, thank you. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
Sounds good. Look forward to seeing our fans out tonight and throughout. Appreciate you guys. Go Hogs.
Thank you, Coach. Ryan Silverfield joining us on the line. Yeah, this afternoon, this is at the Ozark Music Hall in Fayetteville. 4:30 to 5:30 out front, there are going to be some Razorback baseball players. In fact, a good number of them from what I understand. And they're going to be signing autographs. And then inside the Ozark Music Hall, the doors are going to open at 5:30, and the program starts at 6, and it should be over by 7, from what I understand. That's what they told me. I'm an MC, so they say we gotta be done by 7. So they didn't say it quite like that, but it'll be a timely affair, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I know Coach is looking forward to it, and others are as well. All right, we're gonna hit a break, then we're gonna reset. 877-377-6963. That's the number that'll get you into the program. Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball, bottom of the hour. 8:14. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorback, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you? Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, I mean, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Imagine raising your family somewhere safe, welcoming, and genuinely beautiful, where the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, and the weekends are spent on the golf course, the lake, or the trails. That's Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand-new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. Small town, big life. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today and get more info.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. I mean, there are negatives that, are you can point to fairly readily. Yeah. And I don't mean that against any of them. We've all got negatives.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not going to lie.
What are they?
But I'm not going to talk about it either.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, this morning's flying by.
It really is.
I mean, it really is. It's 8:18 already. Nearly 8:19 as we speak. Ryan Silverfield, thanks to him for joining us. I'm looking forward to being there tonight and being in the capital city of our great state tomorrow night. And then Jonesboro on Thursday night. Kind of going all over the place. And people, the more they get to know him, I think, they're going to like him. He's a football guy now. He's a football guy. And you can tell it's ingrained in him. And so we'll enjoy that. He'll enjoy that, I'm sure, and the people that get to meet him will enjoy that too. Aaron Fitt coming up, D1 Baseball, bottom of the hour. I've had this written down for like 5 days, automatic balls and strikes at the SEC tournament, which I guess we'll get into with Aaron in just a little bit. I think that of all the innovations in Major League Baseball this year, I think the automatic balls and strikes has been the best one. I was against it before they actually implemented it. I thought you don't need to do that. But it's been a hit. It works, and it's fast. It's very fast. I'll tell you something else they're doing. I realized this. There's communication into the ear of the home plate umpire, and there is, I'm not going to use the term supervisor, but there's a helper that basically lets him know whether or not his strike zone is drifting. Like you're starting to drift a little bit this way or that way. You're drifting a little bit up and down. They actually get feedback during the course of the game. I don't know if it's going to be set up like that in college. I sort of doubt it. That's my only concern about the SEC doing this, is the timeliness of it all. Professional sports has done a much better job than college sports has done, in my opinion, when it comes to the timeliness of instant replay. And I worry that what is if you've watched it in Major League Baseball, it takes 5-10 seconds. I mean, you challenge it, they look at it, bang, you move on. 15 seconds max. I've just got this vision of, 4 SEC logos huddled together out there behind home plate and somebody raising his arm. The head coach has challenged the ball strike call on the previous pitch and then running over to the well and taking a look at the replay. And a minute and a half later saying, the call's affirmed or it was actually a ball. I've just got this vision of them screwing it up, I guess is what I'm saying. And I worry that, I don't really worry, but I wonder if that is going to be a byproduct. Now, if they can do this like they're doing it in the big leagues right now, I'm all for it. Because, again, I don't even know why they got a human being back there anymore. I don't like replay principally because I think it takes away from the entertainment value of the game. There is no Billy Martin. There is no Earl Weaver. There's none of the great managers in terms of Bobby Cox's legend, the late Bobby Cox now. Replay takes care of all that. When's the last time you saw a really good argument over and out at first base? A guy throwing his hat, kicking dirt, getting thrown out of the game, everybody cheering. Stuff doesn't happen anymore. Replay's ruined it. So by and large, I'm anti-replay. But this has worked. It has worked. It's quick. It's added to the game. And I think it's made calling balls and strikes better. I've said this before. I'm hard-pressed to think of any officiating in professional sports that's more difficult, any task that's more difficult than calling balls and strikes. I mean, everything's coming in there at 100 miles an hour. It's moving all over the place. Everything you do second-guessed. I think it's one of the toughest things to officiate in sports. I don't want those guys embarrassed over that. But by the same token, I watch this right now, and it's like, you don't even need to be back there. Because every time you get it wrong, there's a correction right away. So, I don't know. But I'm glad they're making an effort. I hope they're able to do it in a timely fashion. We'll just put it like that. Lane's in Cave City as we head to the phones. Lane, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope y'all's doing okay this morning.
Doing great.
So, I've been wanting to ask you this, Mr. Chuck, for a little while, and I always seem to come up with something else to ask you, but what about our Cardinals, the young guns of MLB?
I know
we're only a quarter of the way through the season, but hey, I'll take this start. I will. I'm very impressed with them. Now our pitching, it's still kind of rocky sometimes, but I'm very impressed, and I've been wanting to ask what you thought of the young guns.
I've been paying attention, I guarantee you. I'm going to be very honest with you, Lane. I was hopeless. I was without hope when the season began. I thought they were doomed. I thought they might lose 100 games, and I wasn't even planning to watch or go. That's where I was when the season began. And, man, they scrap. They play hard. They've got young talent. J.J. Weatherholt maybe is the first Cardinal prospect they've not overrated in forever. And the guys that they did overrate, like Walker and Gorman, are finally hitting the age where they're beginning to produce. And their pitching staff is not great, and that's what I suspect in the end is going to cost them. But they're fun to watch, and they're trying hard. And they are scrappy, and I give them credit for that. And I've been watching, and now I'm planning to go. And neither one of those things were in my plans at the start of the year.
Yes, sir. That's what I told my wife. I said, we should have went ahead and bought our tickets for in September, October. We could have went ahead and bought them, I said, because they're going to get a lot more expensive if they keep on.
Now let's not get carried away. I don't know if we're going to have October baseball at Busch Stadium this year, but they're better than I think a lot of people thought they'd be. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, thanks for taking my call, and y'all have a good rest of the day.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Lane. There is Lane's over in northeast Arkansas. I know there are a lot of Cardinal fans over there, and they hit the highway and head straight up to St. Louis. I know there are Cardinal fans all over the state. We've not had much to talk about over the last 2 or 3 years, and maybe that'll change to a degree this coming season. I'm going to tell you guys something. I know you're not Cardinal fans, but there's nothing in sports like October baseball in St. Louis, because that's a baseball town. That is a baseball city. There are lots of other sports in the world, but in St. Louis, baseball is king, and it's by a long shot. And when the Cardinals are good, and it's been a while, but I think like 15, 20 years ago, when they were like La Russa had them going, there was no better time than a postseason game in St. Louis. Many, many people in Arkansas. If you wanted to like run into somebody from Arkansas, go watch Cardinals play. They were everywhere. It's not been that way in a while, and it may not be that way this year. But if and when it happens, it is a great time. And you guys ought to make plans to go.
Can I go with you?
No.
The way you paint that picture.
No.
The way you paint that picture.
You cannot.
But I
want to experience with you,
I would recommend you go on your own.
Maybe we'll run into each other.
Maybe. It's possible. No, I think it'd be great. I would take you, Edward. I would take you. You'd
How
have
about
a great
that?
time.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna hit a quick break.
That is big.
Well, I mean, there's absolutely no chance we're gonna go, but so I can say the Cardinals aren't gonna be good for a while. So no, actually, if it does happen, we're going. All right, quick break. Aaron Fitt. When we come back, this is the Chuck and Bo Show. 8:26. Good morning.
Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath. to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Paschal member signed up today through the end of May, Paschal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Paschal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PaschalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly. When it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For every million people, we've got 2 NFL players.
Yeah, that's really bad. Among the worst in the country.
It'd be something to speak at to an elementary class about. Doing whatever you want. Hey, listen.
We've got, what, 310 million people in
You could be one of the 6.
310.
You want to be one of the 6? Get started today. Push-ups. Let's go.
That's about right.
Meanwhile, Mississippi, a state with a smaller population than Arkansas, has about 14 NFL players per million people. So dug into the numbers.
Less
a little
competition in Arkansas if you want to grow up an NFL player.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Arkansas produced 42 NFL players. In the 1980s, 44. In the 1990s, 33. In the 2000s, 32. In the 2010s, 27. And so far in this decade, which is more than half over, 12. That's the ball game right there.
Sports are part of a small town's identity, not just in Arkansas, but throughout the South, throughout our country. When you lose that, your town loses an identity, and over time you lose hope. And I realize I'm getting in some areas people don't like getting into, and I'll live with that. But I've just watched it, and it is a byproduct. And I'm going to tell you something Ryan Silverfield's doing that I like. I like the fact that he's signing in-state kids. I don't know if they're any better than the out-of-state kids. I have no idea. We'll find out when they get here. But I think it's important for high school football players in our state to feel like they can come play for the Razorback. I think that's important. I think it's important for towns to see that. It's part of their identity. It's part of who they are. And you never know when one of them is going to produce the next Traylon Burks or somebody like that, or Darren McFadden or someone. But you got to put yourself in a position to get those kids and to have them out there in the first place.
I appreciate you saying all that. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodle, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astro Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I remember when D1 baseball first came into being, and it has become, the go-to spot when it comes to college baseball. Aaron Fitt covers college baseball better than anybody out there, and we are delighted to welcome him to the program today. Aaron, first off, thanks for joining us. We've been talking about automatic balls and strikes at the SEC tournament. What do you make of all this? Can college pull it off and make it look as easy as the big leagues have?
I would be surprised, guys. I think it's going to be interesting, and I'm here for the content, I guess, the intrigue of it all. But the big leagues got to kind of test drive this thing during spring training, games that don't mean anything, and so I think busting it out for your conference championship is kind of a bold play when it's never been done before at the college level. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive the players are with challenging calls and how good they are at it, having not had any experience doing it before. And it'll be interesting to see how the umpires react when they get shown up, because that's going to happen, and I think generally speaking, our umpires are probably a lot better at this level now than they used to be, and better than they're given credit for, by the fans, of course, who, have never seen an umpire they liked. That's just how it goes. But they're actually not terrible. But we're going to see if they get some comeuppance a little bit here, next week.
Oh, this is going to be interesting to watch for sure. Still a weekend left in terms of the Southeastern Conference. Razorbacks go to Kentucky this weekend, then on to the conference tournament. 2 of 3 over Oklahoma over the weekend. What's your take on the Razorbacks, Aaron, as you watch them from afar a little bit?
I've been kind of the high man on our staff on Arkansas most of the year. A lot of people I talk to have had some skepticism about the offense. I've kind of just been a believer that they were going to figure it out eventually, and I think they have. It's not one of their best offensive teams, but it seems like the pieces fit together okay. They can run a little hot and cold, but I don't know. I think they showed this weekend when their bats are hot, they're pretty darn dangerous. Because I still love what they have on the mound. I know they've had to shuffle things around a little bit, and Gackel's been back and forth, and I still don't know what exactly is the best spot for Gabe Gackel, but it's nice to have a real ace with Hunter Dietz, and I think they've got a ton of depth behind them, and certainly, from my vantage point, Ethan McIlvain figuring it out and becoming a dude now at Arkansas has just been a huge development. He's always had that kind of talent, and to have a real superstar at the back end, I think is huge. And they just have a lot of pieces they can sprinkle in between those 2 bookends on that staff. And so you kind of ride the hot hand a little bit.
I know that when we get to this time of the year, people start looking at your projections, D1, many others as well, trying to figure out who's going to host, where their team's going to play. Where does the SEC figure into the hosting situation right now? Can Arkansas still be part of that? How do you think all that settles out here in a couple of weeks?
Well, we've got our latest projection coming out today. I believe we've got 7 SEC hosts right now, with 2 more teams in that next group of 4 that are just outside hosting. And so that would be Ole Miss and Arkansas for us, are the kind of the next 2 they're right there in that 17 to 20 range. And so that means you're striking distance to host, and for Arkansas, that RPI has been, of course, the biggest obstacle for a while. while. I mean, for a while it was also the conference record, but the conference record's okay now. You know, they're sitting in a pretty good spot, sitting on 15 wins, right? 15 and 12, with a winnable road series left. I mean, it's not a given that you're going to go to Kentucky and win a series, but you know, it's a team that they could beat. If you get to 17, you know, I think the RPI could kind of nudge up there inside the top 20. You know, especially with a win or two at Hoover, and that's probably the ticket. I think that would probably get it done if they can get to that 17 win mark in the league heading into the conference tournament, and then maybe win a game. I'd feel pretty good about it.
Well, yeah, it's interesting you bring up the tournament because, you know, for Arkansas, playing at home's been kind of a rite of passage in the spring the last several years, and they've gone to Hoover with the idea that, you know, let's make sure we're ready to play at home next weekend. It sounds like maybe it might be a little bit different in terms of what their approach has to be when they go to the conference tournament this year. Do you kind of see it that way?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's, you know, the league is just so bunched up in the middle. And so there's just a lot of teams still jockeying for hosting position. And, you know, really what it comes down to is you got to outplay the other SEC contenders that are trying to host, you know, and there's a bunch of them that are kind of in that tier where they all have something to play for in Hoover. You know, it's we talked about Ole Miss, but there's also, you know, Florida and Mississippi State that have had their ups and downs. And at this point, I think probably Texas and Auburn and Georgia and you know, A&M are probably all safe, and maybe even Alabama, which is weird to say, but they've kind of made their way up there now with their metrics. So it's probably 5 teams that are probably safe hosts. You got to like where Mississippi State and Florida are, but I mean, Arkansas is not that far behind them. It's really just the RPI that's separating Arkansas from those two teams, and so all those teams have something to play for in Hoover, and certainly Arkansas does, no question about it.
You know, we all tend to focus on, you know, the teams that we play or what's going on in our own backyard. Big picture, it kind of looks like in the SEC, not quite sure who the best team is. Might be Georgia, probably is Georgia. They won the conference, at least in terms of the regular season. And then you look around the country. UCLA had a great record in the Big Ten, but let's be honest, some of the competition there within the conference you do have to wonder about. Is there a team out there that everybody's gunning for? Is there a team that you circle and say, that's the team you're going to have to reckon with when we get to Omaha? Or is it still very wide open?
Well, so for me, I mean, you know, UCLA has been wire to wire number one, which has never happened in our history of our rankings, which started in 2015. And, you know, they're not quite there yet. They've got another week to go, but there's a reason for that. I mean, they were in Omaha last year, and almost everybody came back from that team, and then they added a couple of key transfers on top of it, just 2. You know, they added an ace in the transfer, and they added a great center fielder, Gasparino from Texas, who figured it out down there. Those 2 pieces just made them better, and all the other guys are juniors. They're just, you know, grown up together and been there for 3 years. So, you know, they're extremely talented. They haven't played an SEC schedule, but when they did play SEC teams back at Globe Life, they went 3-0 against 3 ranked teams. You know, A&M, Mississippi State, and Tennessee. They beat them all. You know, they swept TCU early in the year. So I mean, they went out of conference and did a lot to kind of just show who they are really. And you know, when they've played the best teams in their league, you know, USC and Oregon, they've gone 5-1 against them. I mean, they just now lost their first conference game. You know, they're 26-1 now in the Big Ten and 46-5 overall. I mean, they're just, you know, they're the real deal. And I certainly get it from SEC perspective. Oh, they're not playing the rigorous schedule week in and week out that we are. You're right. You know, they wouldn't probably be 26-1 if they played in the SEC right now. But I still think they would be the best team in the SEC. I think they're the best team in the country if they're healthy. And that is something that we have to throw out there because last few weeks their ace, Logan Redeman, has been sidelined. And that's a bit of a question mark. And they've continued to win without him because they're just that good and they have the depth of the mound to cover it. But, you know, any team that loses their ace this time of year, it's a bit of a concern, no question.
Aaron, I always enjoy hearing you, the various different platforms where you give us information on college baseball. You do a great job. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the kind words, and thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball, Hogs in Kentucky, coming up this weekend. I was thinking that, yeah, I do remember when D1 Baseball started. Mark Etheridge, I think, was the one who founded it, and I mean, it was this was 20 years ago. You'd go to d1baseball.com and wonder if you were like one of maybe 4 people who had logged on to that site that day. And to see where it's gone and what it has exploded into is really, it's remarkable. They've done well, the sport's done well, and they've both grown together. Who's leading the Odometer challenge? We kind of left that about an hour ago. We'll get back to that after the break. 877-377-6963. It's 8:42. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com. There's nothing like a day at the bullpen.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Razorback Athletics is set to bring the excitement of Arkansas football on the road with the All-In Roadshow featuring head coach Ryan Silverfield, presented by First Security Bank. This year's tour will provide a unique opportunity for fans to be part of the momentum surrounding Coach Silverfield's leadership, with stops in Fayetteville on May 12th, Little Rock on May 13th, Jonesboro on May 14th, and Frisco, Texas on May 18th. Details and tickets are available at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today. Help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PascalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
There's nothing like a day at the ballpark.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. If you listen closely, you can actually hear society crumbling. If you listen closely,
you can.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Well, Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. It's the first new construction they've done there in about 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. So go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today for more information. That's BigCreekGolf.com. I don't know, but I have heard tell big golden statue out in front of Big Creek of Bart. I know a lot of people, golden statues are kind of in the news right now. But they have put one in front of Big Creek, and it's a golden statue of Bart.
Yeah, I don't know
from
about that.
Breaking 90.
I think we're a ways away from that.
It's like
still.
a big statue of Bart,
Yeah.
and 89 is like right there at the foot of the
I'm gonna need
statue.
to do better
and
than
it's
that.
gold. It's gold.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, it looks great.
That's awesome.
And you need to go to
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, you need to
Can't
go to
wait
the
to
Big
get back
Creek
over
Golf
there
and
see
Country
it,
Club and take a gander at that. All right, who's leading the odometer deal? It's National Odometer Day. For those who don't know why, it's National Odometer Day, and I think you guys did this last year. I actually think I was off that day because
you were.
I think I was
I
off
think we
that day.
revisited it
Yeah.
the next day, and you didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I
think we
don't
have
remember why I was
I
gone.
think we haven't opened that place.
Yes, that's exactly right. I was clueless.
Yes.
But I'm clued in now. And so today is National Odometer Day. And didn't somebody have like 4 bills a while ago? 400,000?
4 bills on the 2015 Toyota Tacoma. Tim from Rogers, I think, is leading almost 5. He's at 471,000.
Original
on a 2015.
On a 20.
There's
That's
a lot
what
of
he
driving.
says. There's
a lot of
That's
driving.
a lot of driving.
There is a picture as well, and he says all original drivetrain.
Wow.
So
Toyotas are like that.
That's a man who takes care of his vehicle right there.
Hey, you get a Toyota though like that, you change the oil. I mean, bang, you can drive that thing forever.
That's right.
471,000 miles.
I think, yes, my research on the text line, I think he is the leader who has a picture sent in.
Okay.
Yes, Tim from Rogers.
All right. And that's a sleeve of golf balls.
Congratulations, Tim.
But we still don't have anyone who has done anything about the Vahiva Alloy bobblehead.
That's
doll.
right.
We've not shamed anybody
That's the
in
concerning
yet.
part.
Disappointing.
I've
expect
got to
better.
believe.
We
I've
expect
got to
better.
believe before the week's over that we're going to have a Vahiva Alloy bobblehead in here.
I hope so.
I will be disappointed, stunned, frankly.
I'm sure there are a couple
Shattered.
extras floating around.
Surely
If,
there's one extra. I'm not going to sell it for. I'm not going to put it up
he
for
wants
auction
it
on
for
eBay.
his kid.
It's going to be.
He's got a
it's gonna be
crying kid at
displayed
home.
beautifully.
All he wants. That's all he wants.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it written out a minute's piece since that ball game. Came home without a bobblehead doll. His kid's been crying ever since. Somebody
It's
stop.
terrible.
Somebody stop the madness in Edwards' house.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, I know. We got the PGA Championship coming up later this week. Where are they playing that?
Aronimink. in Pennsylvania.
Aronimink.
It's a
Flows off the tongue. Aronimink.
Past major championship venue, has not held a major in a very long time. Very historic golf course. Should be a fun week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, what's the story on this course, Aronimink?
Mm-hmm.
What's the story on this course? I mean, you said it was a historic course.
It is, yeah. It's shorter by today's standards.
Yeah.
But very complex greens. A lot of wedges. Look, players are going to, if there's no wind and it's not dry conditions, players are going to score. There are going to be a lot of birdies.
The PGA is like a 20 under.
I would expect this to be around that mark, somewhere in the 16 to 20 under par range to take it home.
I just noticed that Bart in theme. Bart's always themed. He has the
hat.
He has the
look at
PGA
that.
Championship hat on.
Mm-hmm.
My first question was going to be, is that from Southern Hills? But it's
No.
from Quail Hollow.
It is from Quail Hollow.
It's from.
I did not attend that.
Yeah,
but
you just ordered the hat.
No, I had a friend who went
Okay,
and
all right.
brought me back the hat.
Because I thought that was pretty cool when it was over at Southern Hills.
Yeah,
that
Southern Hills should host way more majors. Than it gets.
I
That's a
would not
phenomenal
disagree
golf
with
course.
that. And it's the way it's laid out, where the course is located, the parking, all the things that they have
very
there.
set up- it's set up very well
set
for
up
fans.
very fan friendly. Absolutely. And I hope maybe they can do that too. Now, what's the name of this course? Aronimink.
Aronimink.
Aronimink. And of course, the natural question is, can you break 100 there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
of course.
If
you played in the PGA Championship this week, what would you shoot?
Not in the PGA Championship.
Well, let's just take it a step further.
Yeah, I mean, it would be over 100 if I was playing.
But from the members' tees.
Tips. Yeah.
But from the members' tees.
I actually did this exercise the other day because I figured this would come up on the show at some point.
Of course.
And I looked it up on the USGA handicap calculator app, and playing from the regular tees at Aronimink, I only get about like 15 shots. So you do the math, and I should be coming in well below 100.
Now, Bart, I mean, I'm sitting over here thinking, Big Creek's a nice place. It really is.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. Can't wait to get back out
But
there.
you shot 89.
I want to play it without a camera,
You made
without
a
cameras
putt.
in the microphone.
You made a putt
I'll tell you that.
to break 90 at Big Creek. Now, I'm just wondering if there's not more than 10 strokes difference between Big Creek and Aronimink. Without the cameras, all that stuff, not a PGA Championship week. But what you're basically saying is there's only 10 strokes difference between Big Creek and the place where they're playing the PGA Championship.
Look, I even said it on the blue tees here. The course handicap for me is 15 strokes. So that's what I should be. That's what I should be shooting out there.
Well, at some
I should
point,
be in that range.
At some point, you've got to get off the phone and actually go play the round.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. If somebody would like to invite me to play Aronimink, happy to do that.
I'm thinking that.
Happy to do that.
I'm thinking you would struggle to break 100.
Or Shinnecock, where they have the U.S. Open
yeah,
this year.
That's coming up.
Would be happy if somebody would like to invite me
Now,
there.
where's the British Open this year?
I
forget.
That's a great question.
Is it at Turnberry this year?
It might be Turnberry.
I
yeah.
forget. Hey, we'll try to do better tomorrow. We'll be around. Hope you will be too. It's 8:55. Chuck and Bo Show. Have a great day.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community.